All right, good morning, YouTube. Welcome to the Best Daily Bets channel. I'm your host, Sportsman D, and we're coming off of a couple of days here where we're absolutely kicking it in the ass. So we've amassed a 7-2 record over the last 2 days. So get in on these picks, guys, while they are hot, while I am hot, while it is hot. All right, so let's take a look and see what we've got here today. We've got some college football. And I was unable to get in time and give you my over pick in the Syracuse, North Carolina game. So hopefully you took that game and the over without my advice on that. But if you didn't, no worries, because we do have 4 games that are absolutely fantastic, including 3 that are college football. Let's take a look. All right, first up, we've got the Duke Blue Devils taking on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, and I want Notre Dame minus 21. Now, it says 21.5 here, and it is indeed sitting at 21.5. I'd buy the extra point, if at all possible, just because you never know. But frankly, I don't know that it's going to matter. Notre Dame, a Notre Dame team that's not as talented as this Notre Dame team, beat the shit out of Duke last year, later in the season, I guess. 38-7. They took them apart. Now, Duke, somehow they beat Miami in the last game of the season there. Not really sure how that happened, although Miami is one of those weird teams. Anyway, you could see that Duke really, really struggled. They're facing a powerhouse Notre Dame team. They're already, preseason ranked number 10 here, if you can see that. They're going to destroy them. So it's in... I almost said Ann Arbor. I know that's Michigan. It is in South Bend. There we go. It's in South Bend, Indiana. So it's Notre Dame at home. Duke's going to come in here and get their asses kicked. They really are, guys. So take the points, lay the points. This is going to be a beatdown. So I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of, I actually think probably the game that they last played, 38-7. It'll probably be somewhere in this score range. So, maybe not quite as bad. Maybe 34, maybe 34-10. But either way, it's going to be an ass whooping, and Notre Dame's going to cover the points. All right, speaking of ass whoopings, we're going to go over to OU taking on Missouri State. Anytime in the beginning of the season that you get these crazy lines with this powerhouse teams playing cupcakes, playing, freaking D3 cupcakes, it's real hard not to lay the points. But here's the deal. Missouri State is awful. Let's take a look. If we open up their schedule and take a look at who they had. They only have 3 games scheduled. Interesting. If you take a look at who they had scheduled, so there we go. So, another D3 school. But the first D1 school they had was Tulane on the road, and they got their ass kicked by 52. So you're going to tell me that team, this team, the Missouri State Bears, that they're going to go into Norman and get a win? Hell no. Or into Norman and cover the spread? Hell no. There's no freaking way. This is going to be a 65-7 game at best. It's going to be an ass whooping. So take the line. Looks like it just disappeared on us here for whatever reason, but the line's sitting at 48.5. I'm always a big guy to buy the half point if you can, but it's not going to matter here, guys. This is a literal ass whooping here. I think no problem that they win by 7 touchdowns. All right, so 48.5 is the spread. Go ahead and take it, minus 48.5 for Oklahoma. All right. Now we're going to move over to another game that should be really, really interesting, and that's the Louisville Cardinals against Western Kentucky. Now, Western Kentucky was a good team last year. If you can see on screen, they beat a Power 5 team handily at home, on the road they beat a Power 5 team. I can't talk this morning. So that's a good team. Now, Louisville, I think, is also a very good team, and they showed it in the bowl game last year. I think that they are going to be able to put up a lot of points. Can't remember their quarterback's name. He's a real quick kid. Doesn't matter. This is going to be an over. All right, so over a 57. This is one of these early season overs that's priced way, way, way too low. If this game takes place 3 games from now, around week 4, week 5, this over's sitting at in the high 60s, if not low 70s. Okay, so the fact we're getting it at 57 now just lets us know that the price makers, the odds makers, they haven't factored in, they haven't figured out how good this Louisville team is going to be. I think they're going to be really good on offense. Not about the defense, but really good on offense. All right, so let's move over to our 4th and final pick on our 4-team card, and that's the Lakers money line. The series is over. It's a fucking wrap. The Lakers are gonna stomp them out here. I don't know. Everyone's making a big deal about this Danwell House guy, and so sure, you know, him leaving does give the Lakers an edge. I don't really think that they needed it. It does give them an edge. I think the real deal here is that the Rockets just have no defense for AD. You know, they're trying to play the small ball bullshit, which as a small guy I can really appreciate and love, but you know, anytime in high school, anytime we played a team that was enormous, it didn't matter how small we went. That enormous team at some point or other was going to beat us up a little bit, and that's what's happened the last couple games. The Rockets have kind of hung in there, and the fourth quarter, man, the Lakers put the clamps on. Expect the Lakers to win here again, guys. It's I actually think this is going to be a pretty good blowout, so if you want to take the line at 6.5 instead of the money line, by all means, go for it. But crazy things happen, and 6.5 is a little big for me on a must-win game for the Rockets. So they might come out clawing, but I don't think that they can win this game. All right. So again, your pick here is the money line for the Lakers. So let's bring this bad boy home. So we've got Notre Dame. I'm saying -21 because I really do want you to buy the extra half point. And same with Oklahoma, so -21, -48. But you know what? If you're not able to buy that half point, I do apologize for that. But I am going to put them at 21 and 48. All right, your over of Louisville is sitting at 57, and we've got the Lakers money line. Your dog of the day, which we are 1-2 in now, guys. So we won our dog of the day yesterday, which was the Islanders at +140. So that helped a little bit, but. Your dog of the day today is Granada, CF in the Spanish La Liga. So if you're not a soccer guy, hey, no worries on this one. I didn't see a lot of other outright dogs that I wanted to play today. So this is the one that I've got for you. It's Granada. They're not quite an underdog. Here it looks like they're priced evenly with Athletic Bilbao, but I don't really see why. Granada's going to win this game. I think it's going to be 2-0. Granada, and so if you're gonna give me Granada at +175 on the money line, I'm gonna take it all day, every day. So that's your pick here, guys, for the dog of the day. We're 1-2 on that. So if we look here, guys, the dog of the day pick is the Granada pick. So go ahead and get those in. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free, or look forward rather, to tuning in tomorrow around this time for another slate of the best daily bets where we take on some NFL football and we win some more money. All right, thanks a lot, guys, and good luck.